The Weather Fairies. Abigail the Breeze Fairy by Daisy Meadows. Read by Sophia Myles.
Goblins green and goblins small, I cast this spell to make you tall. As high as the palace you shall grow. My icy magic makes it so. Then steal Doodle's magic feathers, used by the fairies to make all weathers. Climate chaos I have planned, on Earth and here in Fairyland.
The adventure begins.
"I'm so glad I could come and stay with you,"
Rachel Walker said happily as she sat with her friend Kirsty in the garden. The sun shone brightly on the neat green lawn and pretty flowering bushes.
"Me too,"
agreed Kirsty Tate, smiling.
"And it's very exciting to see the fairies again."
Kirsty and Rachel had met while on holiday with their parents, and they'd had a fairy adventure. They had found all the Rainbow Fairies and helped them bring the colour back to Fairyland after Jack Frost had cast a nasty spell to banish them. Now Jack Frost was causing more trouble in Fairyland. He had ordered his goblin servants to steal the 7 magic feathers from Doodle, the fairy cockerel. Doodle was in charge of the weather in Fairyland, but without his magic tail feathers he was powerless. Fairyland's weather would be topsy-turvy until Rachel and Kirsty could help the Weather Fairies recover all of Doodle's stolen feathers.
"I hope we find another magic feather today," said Rachel.
She and Kirsty had already helped Crystal, the Snow Fairy, return the snow feather to Doodle. The goblins were hiding around Kirsty's hometown of Weatherbury, and they had been up to mischief, using the magic weather feathers to conjure up some very unusual and troublesome weather in the country village. Kirsty looked anxious.
"We need to find the 6 other feathers," she said, "or poor Doodle will be stuck on top of our barn forever."
She glanced up at the roof of the old wooden barn where Doodle was perched. Here in the human world, without his magic, the magnificent fairy cockerel was just a rusty metal weather-vane. Just then, a bush near the garden gate began to rustle. Kirsty and Rachel could see its pink flowers jiggling. Kirsty caught her breath.
"Do you think there's a goblin in that bush?" she whispered. "Yes, I can see it moving,"
gasped Rachel. She felt nervous at the thought of facing another goblin. They were much scarier since Jack Frost had cast a spell to make them bigger.
"Come on,"
Kirsty said, setting off across the lawn.
"He might have one of Doodle's feathers."
Rachel followed her. An angry yowl came from the middle of the bush. Rachel and Kirsty looked at each other in alarm. Suddenly, 2 cats shot out and chased each other into the barn.
"Oh!"
Kirsty exclaimed, and she and Rachel laughed in relief. Kirsty's mum appeared at the front door. "There you are, Kirsty," she smiled. "Would you and Rachel like to go to the village fete and give your gran some support in the cake competition? She's hoping to win this year." Kirsty and Rachel looked at each other.
"We'd love to,"
Kirsty replied.
"Gran makes the best cakes," she added.
Mrs. Tate laughed. "Yes, she does. But you'd better hurry if you want to get there before the judge—"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?